Like many of my collections, I don't set out to collect any one thing in particular. I'll just find something I really like, and before I know it, I've got a whole collection. Almost all of these bottles I've picked up in just the past 6 months from estate sales around Connecticut. And today I want to share one of my favorites, this Pepsi Cola bottle from Fairfield County. What makes it so special is that it still has its original paper labels. The top label is missing a piece in the middle, but it reads, Trademark Pepsi Cola, U.S. Office. Beneath that, refreshing, enjoyable. And lastly, famous for over 30 years. One of Pepsi's classic advertising lines. The larger label is more intact and reads, a sparkling beverage, Pepsi Cola, refreshing, satisfying. What's left below that says, Cola Bottling Company, Fairfield County, Connecticut. And just between Pepsi Cola and the slogan in very small print it reads, Trademark, Registered U.S. Patent Office, contents 12 fluid ounces. I used this 1930s Pepsi bottle I found online to compare and confirm exactly what these labels once said. Now here's where it gets interesting. When I first spotted Fairfield County on the label, I was thrilled because I love finding Connecticut treasures like this. But it turns out there wasn't just one Pepsi bottling company in Fairfield County. Instead, Pepsi operated through a network of independent bottlers and distributors. From the early 1900s onward, Pepsi used a franchise system. Different companies held the rights to bottle and sell Pepsi in their own regions. That means there isn't one single establishment date or a centralized Fairfield County plant. Records for those small independent bottlers vary a lot, and many just aren't well documented. What this bottle shows us is how Pepsi's national brand was tied into local business history, with regional bottlers giving the product a hometown imprint. Based on the labels, I was able to date this bottle to the late 1930s or 40s. That was the era when Pepsi was competing with Coca-Cola by offering twice as much for a nickel, appealing to families during the Great Depression. Paper labels were still common then, which makes surviving bottles like this a rare collectible. ACL, applied colored labels printed directly on the glass, didn't become standard until the 1950s. This bottle also ties into a fascinating cultural moment, World War II. Glass and sugar were rationed, bottles were reused multiple times, and every slogan carried extra weight. The words printed on these labels show how Pepsi spoke directly to consumers before modern mass media. So this bottle is advertising, social, and Connecticut history all in one.